Okay, so Liverpool versus Arsenal. We're going to do a full match preview. We're going to have a look at injuries for both Liverpool and Arsenal. We're going to have a quick look at the previous form and how they've done in their first couple of Premier League matches so far. We'll have a quick look at what the bookmakers think and what the odds are of both teams winning and percentage chances the bookmakers are putting on it. And then we'll have a quick look at players to watch on both teams, who's performing well at the start of the season, and what tactics both managers may entail to try and stop those players. And then we'll have a quick look at my predicted lineups and also finish off with a predicted score. Now the game is Saturday, it's a 5:30 kickoff and it's available on Sky Sports. Now, if you want to keep up to date with videos like this on Liverpool, on Arsenal, other top Premier League teams, we do match profiles, match analysis, player profiles, transfer news in the transfer window. Click the red subscribe button below, click the bell notification and you'll be kept up to date of all videos as I upload them. Now, start off with injury news. We'll do Liverpool first. Long term, we've got obviously Nathaniel Klein is out with a long-term ACL injury, so he won't be seen for a while. Alisson Becker obviously got that calf injury. He's not likely to be back until probably after the international break, so he won't be featuring this weekend. And then Naby Keita, we keep thinking he's going to be coming back, but he's missed the last 3 matches with muscle problems. We're told that he's unlikely to be available and a little bit unclear really as to when he's likely to be back. Arsenal, they've still a few injury issues. They're long-term ones. We've got Hector Bellerin. He's got a long-term ligament injury, so it's going to be some time yet for him. Kieran Tierney, the new signing, he's got a groin injury and he could be probably October, we think, before he resumes training, so he won't be featuring. Rob Holding, a little bit of good news on him. He played 63 minutes for the under-23s this week. I think he'll be playing again for the under-23s this weekend. Been training after his knee injury. Probably going to be a few weeks before he's in contention for a first team place, but it's progressing the right way for him. Next up is Mesut Ozil. He missed the Burnley match last week. He was put down as ill, although there was security issues as well, so I'm not sure whether they had an impact. He's back in training, he's available, but I think for him match fitness is going to be an issue, so I don't suspect he'll start, but he may well feature in the game. Granit Xhaka, he had a bruised lower back and leg, and he missed the Burnley match. He should be available, and I would expect him to feature in the match. So that's the injury news for both teams. Now on to previous form. Now both teams have won their first 2. I think it's fair to say they've both played teams that probably aren't going to feature in the top 6. So it's the first real test for both teams. Arsenal, they got that 1-0 away at Newcastle in the first game, and they were fairly convincing, although Newcastle did have their chances against them. Against Burnley in their second one, 2-1 at home, and again they were pretty convincing in that one, but still only a 1-goal deficit. Now Liverpool, they started with that 4-1 home win against Norwich. Pretty dominant again in that one, and then a 2-1 win away to Southampton, which I thought was a tricky fixture for them, particularly with the pre-season travelling they've been doing, the UEFA Super Cup, the Community Shield, so they've been very busy early doors in the season. So it's the first real test for both teams, and it'll be interesting to see how it did. It's fair to say though that Liverpool obviously have played Man City and Chelsea, so you could argue that they're slightly better prepared for better opposition. However, you could say that it's really put the early fitness of the squad under pressure. So in both the games for Arsenal and for Liverpool, both teams had dominated possession, and I don't expect that to be the case in this match. Now looking at the last 6 matches between the two teams, Liverpool have won 4 out of the last 6. Last season was a 1-1 draw away for Liverpool at Arsenal, and then that big 5-1 win at home, and I suspect Unai Emery won't want to see a repeat of that one. Now looking at what the bookmakers think, where are they saying the money's going to go. Well, to put it in percentage terms, the odds, very basically, they've got Liverpool down for a 53% win. They've got Arsenal only down as a 7% chance of winning the game, so that's quite low. But they've got a draw down as a 40%. So it's obviously edging towards Liverpool with a home advantage, but a lot of bookmakers are saying a draw is a very good chance on this one. Now, looking at players to watch, it's, you know, all three Golden Boot winners should be on the pitch at the same time. Now, for Arsenal, the big one to watch is Aubameyang. I mean, he's a goal machine. If you look back at his record, obviously he was a Golden Boot winner last year, but if you look back at his record in the Bundesliga for years, if you go back 6, 7, 8 years, he has literally been a goal machine every year. He's already got 2 goals this season, so that's somebody that Liverpool will need to snuff out. And I suspect he may just play a little bit wider and look to exploit the space behind the fullbacks, because Liverpool have got 2 fullbacks there, and Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson, that do like to get high up the pitch. And in this year, I think both of them appear after 2 matches in the top 10 for crosses in the Premier League. So that's both fullbacks. So I expect Arsenal to try and exploit behind. The other one to look out for is Nicolas Pepe. And he's, again, I would start him, whether Unai Emery will, but he's another one that a lot of clubs were looking at this summer, and he provides that width and pace. Normally comes on the right flank, and again he will be looking to get in behind that Liverpool defence and exploit those wide areas and try and pen the Liverpool fullbacks back. And the other big one to look out for on the Arsenal team is Dani Ceballos, the loan signing from Real Madrid. Again, this was a player that a lot of clubs would have been looking to sign, a lot of top clubs, but Real Madrid and the player really only wanted a loan deal. And I think that suited Arsenal this year. Now, I watched him, he came on in the Newcastle match, and I thought he's going to take a little bit of time to adjust, and then he played virtually the full game in the Burnley match, and he was superb. I mean, just to give you some stats from his game, 2 assists, 3 shots, 3 key passes, 90% pass accuracy. He touched the ball 97 times, more than any other player on the pitch, and I think he didn't play the full 9 minutes, came off in the 80-something minute. He really ran the game, and that's what he did when he played for the Spanish under-21 team in the European Championships. He was controlling and running that midfield, and Spain obviously went on to win that championship. So it looks like he's settling quite nicely, but it will be a sterner test for him against Liverpool if he gets the starting nod from Emery. I think the Liverpool midfield won't give him quite as much space and leeway as perhaps the Burnley one did. Okay, now on to the Liverpool players, the one to look out for. So it's really got to be the front 3 of Liverpool that Arsenal are going to be concerned about. You've got Salah, Firmino and Sadio Mane, and I'd be amazed if he doesn't start all 3. Watch Salah a little bit in the first matches, Community Shield, Super Cup, the 2 league matches. Watch Liverpool. And I would say Salah just hasn't quite hit his form. He's looked very lively. He's got in some good positions. He's linked up well with Firmino. He's created space, but his shooting has just been a little bit off in some games. However, he's got one goal and 1 assist in his first 2 Premier League matches. Firmino, he's looked very lively, sharp, dangerous, again, and a goal and an assist. And Sadio Mane, again, he's not played all the minutes of the first 2 matches, but you know, he's still got 1 goal and 1 assist, and he was outstanding against Southampton. Now, you've got 3 guys up front there that even if one of them is having an off day, you've got 2 others. So between them, they've got 3 goals, 3 assists after 2 games. So they're going to be a real handful for the Arsenal defence, and that's always a criticism of Arsenal, is their defensive line. And, you know, we may well see David Luiz in there in the centre half. I think he's a good signing for Arsenal, but he is prone to lapses of concentration and errors, and I think Liverpool will look to put him under some pressure. But basically that front 3 will always dig Liverpool out of holes, even if they're struggling at the back. Now, on to potential lineups. Here are my predicted lineups. Now, we'll do Liverpool first. In goal, Adrian, obviously, an obvious one there. And I think he'll go with Robertson on the left, Van Dijk. I think he'll play Matip in. And I was umming and ahhing on the Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, but I think he'll go with Trent Alexander-Arnold because I think he'll want to get that forward play. What he likes to do is push Trent Alexander higher up on the wing, and then somebody like Henderson will just drop a little bit as Trent Alexander sits on that touchline a bit higher up. So I'm going with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Across the midfield, he's been quite clever as Klopp with the midfield. He's tried to share his minutes around his midfield because there's been a lot of matches for them early on. But I think he'll go with Wijnaldum, Fabinho and Henderson. And then up front, the famous three, it's Mane, Firmino and Salah. So that's my predicted Liverpool lineup. For Arsenal, my predicted lineup is Leno in goal, Monreal left back, David Luiz I'd have in the centre half, Socrates centre half, Maitland-Niles on the right, who I think has had a really good start to the season. I expect to see Xhaka back in the midfield. He's available, so I expect to see him. Guendouzi, I expect to see it as well. And I think I was umming and ahhing whether he'd start with Ceballos. But I think Ceballos he'll go with because he had such a good game in his last one. And I think he'll look for that link-up play to the forwards. Up front, I think he'll have Aubameyang and Pepe wide and Lacazette down the middle. And there, Aubameyang and Lacazette can switch. And I think he'll look to try and play through those channels. So that's my Arsenal predicted lineup. Now on to the big one, the predicted score. I'm going to go for a Liverpool 2-1 win. I think the front three of Liverpool will be just a little bit too strong for Arsenal. I think Arsenal will grab a goal. I think they've got enough firepower, even away from home, to grab a goal there. But I think it'll be tight. I'm going for a 2-1 win. I've seen in my predictions video for the Premier League this week, a lot of people are predicting big wins for Liverpool on this one. But I think it'll be a lot tighter at 2-1 and that. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please subscribe to the channel. You can click the red button here and take a look at my Premier League prediction video, which hopefully should come up somewhere on the screen, I think this side. I hope I got the directions right there. Thanks once again for watching.